Hey, good morning, team. It is Tuesday, October 15th. I'm Amy Corr. I'm here with Kevin Van Eck.
Good morning.
And we are here with, and I just hit the microphone with my chin, so I better be careful about that.
Getting physical.
We have a great episode today. We are going to be talking about your social media and just 3 easy things for you to do right now to be able to up your game. So grab your coffee. This is going to be a good one. And let's jump into the next episode of Coffee with Amy and Kevin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. He needs his coffee today.
That's right. Mid-October, winter's coming. So
It is also puffy sleeve
Here's
day.
the thing about it. I know
You didn't get the memo.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Next time.
I got to hit up the boutique.
Next time.
All right. So today, social media, right? There's no background for social media. This is going to be a fast one. 3 things you can do today. The call to action at the end is the kicker. You have to do something after this episode, and we want to hear about it in the comments. So let's get started.
I do want to ask them, have you noticed that we've upped our social media game?
Good
I
point.
think it is a good thing to call out.
That's right.
I'm kind of impressed with
That's
us.
right.
So,
if you followed us 18 months ago, I'm
cheers
sorry
to
for the lack of any content at all.
So you
But
can
thank you
do
for
what
following.
we are doing now, right?
Yes,
No,
that's
we
right.
are trying very hard because we know that social is not going anywhere, and it is a really important way to build your audience, build your engagement.
Yes.
So that's something we are doing, but it's also something that's really easy for you to do. And it's something, like I said, it isn't going anywhere, so lean into it and start doing it.
Yep.
So first thing we're going to talk about is very easy. Updating your profile. If you've got that photo, that headshot from the 1980s, 90s, to early 2000s, whatever it might be.
If it's over 4 years old,
Yeah.
truly.
I know, I just redid mine. You just redid yours.
I did 3 in the last 3 years.
Yeah. But it is time to make sure that's updated. People want to know that when they see you and they see your profile and then they meet you in person, you are the same person, right? So making sure that we do that because, again, your profile is really your digital handshake. It is their first engagement with you potentially before they meet you live. So making sure that's updated. Also, your bio. Make sure you've got some great information in there. And it should not be this long, flowery, back in 2002, Amy got into the business. You need to have it be direct, maybe even bulleted, straight to the point. Putting things in there like your value prop, right? Here are 3 reasons why clients like to work with me. Boom, boom, and boom. Maybe it's your call to action. Call me today to understand how your property's value is right now in this great market. Making sure, though, your bio is something that is going to quickly engage others is also really important, easy to do, and something you should always be looking at. And then you also want to make sure that, you link to certain things. You can create a link tree setup or even just links to your website, maybe to your seller presentation.
Right.
Let's talk about this right now. Maybe to your new buyer presentation.
Right.
As people are looking online to see, is there an agent that I should be engaging right now? You can actually tie great, tangible content straight into your bio. And again, this is their first introduction to you. So use it as an opportunity for them to really kind of peek in and see what you're all about.
Yeah, really powerful.
Yeah.
Because it also you can use that link tree to drive people to your social
Yep.
too.
Yep.
So it works both ways. All right, so number 2, what we're going to get into is talking about your content buckets.
Yep.
So follow us here. Content buckets. There was a time where we had Giselle Ugarte, and she came in and she presented a couple of times for us. You should follow her if you don't already, but she's a social media expert, speaker, all of these things, and she's done it herself. One of the things she said is, don't be a hot mess express, meaning let your audience know, make it very easy for them to know what they are coming to your page for or what they are going to see when you show up in their feed. So break it down. She recommended 3 buckets, really, that people can expect to see on your page. So it can't be travel and real estate and animals and 50 different topics for a couple of reasons. One is that's the Hot Mess Express. People will not engage with all of those things. You really want more of a narrower audience that's actually interested in what you're providing.
Yep.
So figure out, is it listings, specifically significant listings, whether they're in your market, your listings, or outside of your market? Are you posting about market data and market stats? Can people come to your page, or when they see you in the feed, are you providing market information and updates? Come up with those 3 buckets that you have, and that also makes it easier for you to create content because now you don't need to brainstorm across every possible topic you could talk about. It's focused.
Yeah.
And it really allows you then to generate, consecutive posts. You can do 3-part posts because now you know exactly what you're
It's
going
like
to say.
themes.
Yes.
You've created some themes for your social. And the thing I like about it too is it doesn't have to all be everything about real estate. You know, if you're a foodie, let's say, in your community, and one of the big things you love to do is go to restaurants and try out the new ones or find something off the beaten track, that can be one of your content buckets. The greatest places to eat in Logan Square, right? Or wherever it is. And then that can be part of what you are offering because you know, they want to know you, the real estate person, but they also want to know you, the person. Things you like, things that are interesting to you. So those can be part of your content bucket as well.
And if you're giving them ideas and they like, let's say you highlight a restaurant and they go and they have a great, you're the one that told them about the restaurant and to go there. And they're telling their friends, they're literally saying, oh yeah, I saw it on Amy's page. She said to go to this restaurant. That's how they communicate it. So if you can be the conduit to a great experience, whether it's in real estate or outside. Cool.
And shareable content, right?
That's right.
I think that's the big thing. And then the last thing that we want you to do right now is get more content. I think that's the biggest struggle. I know that is the content paralysis, right? Agents have. And, you know, we're moving away from things like a 90-second or 2-minute video about you and your brand, right? I think social is all about short, fast, interactive, great nuggets of information that they can get kind of in fast, quick doses, right? And so wherever you are right now, if you are listening to us in the car, be careful before you take your phone out and start taking photos. But if you are home watching us on your laptop, but just pause right now and say to yourself, what can I be doing right now to develop content? Are you on your way to a listing presentation? If you are, can you snap a photo of the property and just simply say, can't wait for the opportunity to meet this great seller in 20 minutes? You know, being able to figure out what content you want to add. How many times do we go through a scenario and we say, ooh, it would have been great if I had snapped that or done a quick video? Just start doing it, right? One of the things that's so important is you can create curated content, which looks pretty, your makeup looks great, you're wearing perfect puffy sleeves like I am today, whatever it may be, but the information and the content that performs the best is organic. It is usually off the cuff, raw, a little messy. That is what people really enjoy seeing. So be comfortable. So when in doubt, take a video. And the other thing too is that even if you don't use it today, you can use it for B-roll. You can use it in the future. It can be, you know, a behind the scenes look at your, you know, the day in the life of whatever it is, but start building your content library and just start snapping nuggets and just kind of get out of your own way. I think to me personally, that's one of the biggest things that we've started figuring out in our own social, both coffee, and I've just started kind of doing some more myself. I've just had to kind of get out of my own way and just start doing it. Just start doing it, create content, do it right now if you can, and then you'll just play with it and start figuring out what people are responding to.
Absolutely. So what is your call to action? I've got 2 of them. One is for basic users, and you know who you are. We're not going to call it out, but if you're a basic user, meaning you're not fully leveraging social, you know you're not, you're one of the people that's paralyzed by all of this. What I want you to do is start with updating your profile. So number 1, you should do all 3 of these, but just start with your profile. Spend some time there. One hot tip on your bio, no one's reading your 6-page bio. Right? Short, sweet. You have 3 seconds where they read the first paragraph, they're flipping if they're not, if it's not engaging. And then for you advanced users, what we want you to do is, and not maybe you already do this, but it's really use your analytics. Actually look at how your posts are performing because that will guide your future content. Right? Do what all of the major influencers do, whether it's, I don't know, Mr. Beast or whomever. They do a lot of testing. You're not going to get into that, but look at what content you're creating that gets engagement, that gets shares. Do more of that.
I love it. Those calls to action. Got Kevin Van Eck.
So powerful. When you
so
pound
powerful.
on the table,
pounding.
You know how
yes,
important
social
it is.
media today. You are going to accomplish that.
That's right.
I love it. All right. We hope that you found these nuggets very helpful on this Tuesday. I keep doing this. Look at this. We hope you make it a great week. We will see you next Tuesday. But until then, remember, you got this.